Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Alright, today we are going to work on assembling this giant beast. Let's see what we can do. Okay, this one's going to be the most complicated one out of all my amigurumis I'm doing for Christmas. I'm being the big rat. I do not have instructions on where everything goes, so we are just going to try to place it. Okay, so we're going to take this arm, and I'm sure I think I'm going to put the head on first, to be honest. That's probably going to be my best choice here. And I think I'm going to have to do it right about here. So I'm going to take these two big long needles. And if this doesn't work, I'll go pull out some of my knitting needles and use those then. Okay, that's going to get stuck in there. That's too far. Try that again. I think that's the front. And we are going to go down. And we're going to put one here. They're not going to stay like that. Now see, his head's kind of tilted. So we're going to readjust. I don't really want him looking upwards. Or should I just put the eyes on? You know what? Let's start with the eyes. These are actually kind of giving me a bit of the creeps, and I just want to put his face together before. We'll start with the face, and then I'll work to the body. So, I'm going to pop you out. And right here. Okay. Looks a little strange at first, right? Alright, where is my... Oh, there you are. So I'm just going to put one on at a time. This is my good sharp one. You can see that. Because I also have to make a nose, and I have to figure out eyebrows and a beard. So as long as we can get part of this started today, I really doubt I'm going to get the whole thing done. You know what? I'm not loving this angle. Give me a moment. Okay, now I don't feel like my hands are causing a big white glare. Sorry, I'm still figuring out the best angles to do these kind of things. As we're all learning. I'm doing crochet and learning how to make videos that make sense and look reasonable. So, just do my thing. So this is the most complicated amigurumi I have ever made. It's very detailed, which is really neat. Whoa. Sorry, my tripod just tried to tip over. And we're just going to fix that. Alright. Let's see what we're doing here. I'm going to run this one back and forth a couple times. At least twice. Pull. Got a nice center pull there. Okay. And sorry, I have to keep rethreading. And we're just gonna poke you out through there, and that should hold you nice and secure. Oh, I can do it one more time. Alright, we're gonna go up and through, I think. I'm gonna kind of dig it in through some of your stuffing to really make it a little bit tricky for your ends to find their way out. Weaving in your ends on amigurumi is quite a bit different than weaving your ends on rose and whatnot, so it is a bit of fun. But you do have to be careful. If you pull it too tight, you can actually make the head or whatever round piece you have really misshapen. So say you have a super round spot and you pull really tight, it's going to indent and you'll have a dimple, which you were not intending. So that is one of the things I learned the hard way, being that I've indented a couple things that I didn't mean to indent, and I'm not very impressed, but you know, I'm still learning. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this in through here, so I think I'm just going to cut this off. And sometimes you're just going to have to do that. I do have, oh, my bad. I'm not used to having the tripod at this angle. This seems to be working out alright. Get to see my lovely white hands. Poke that in there. And then I'm going to take this and give it a little snippy. And you see there's a little tiny blackness poking out, so we're going to give it a couple squeezes. We're lost to the sands of time. What a nose. What a nose. Okay, in the original photo, I don't think I'm going to do it this way, but they did like a star shape on it. I'm not so sure I would like that per se. Alright, we are going to dip, dodge, if you can see as well as I can. Now, I'm thinking in the picture, they didn't include this in the pattern. I was going to say recipe. Wow, I am thinking about food. I must be hungry. Probably not, I just get a little snacky here and there. They have eyebrows. So I'm going to have to do up something to put in here with this little bit of brown that I have left. Being that this is the matching brown. Unless, now hear me out. I could use this brown as like a highlighting color. Because I mean, he is older. And in some incarnations of him, he has gray eyebrows. Like his fur is really brown, but his eyebrows are super gray. So we're just gonna I did follow the size. The eye matches the safety eye that they used. The eye size, I measured it very carefully. With the other one that I have to put together, I did not. And I do have to do a little adjustment to the eye, so I'm not quite ready to put that together. But it's going to be a big one on my to-do list. Okay. I'm going to go right back in and through. Oh, don't be a little silly Billy. Here we go. And up, up, up. Very nice. Oh, let's see. Just going to do a slight tug to get you hidden. And the embroidery is definitely a very, very big skill. Crochet I find easy, but the embroidery I am really struggling with. I feel it's just not up to par. Like, I love my stitching. I'm very proud of the stitching. But then you get into that. Oh, sorry, you see my pajamas there. Hard life of a late night crocheter. I like to crochet in my pajamas, and I'm very comfortable. And I will not. I don't really think anybody wants to see my pajamas. They're pretty nice. But at the same time, I'm also not ashamed of them. I find them very comfortable. I think these are some of the most comfortable pajamas I've had in years. Anyways, totally off topic. So I'm trying to create an illusion here of this fabric here. So sorry if you're hearing fabric. I'm just going to adjust a little. And I feel like I've done a magic trick. Yeah, that's right, a magic trick. Alright, so I'm not going to be using all this black, I don't think. I think the eye is going to go down pretty nice and easy. I think I left too long of a tail, which is okay. Too long is better than not long enough, which is something I've really struggled with because I do not like to throw out yarn. I have lots of scraps sitting beside me for small bits of embroidery that I might need, and it's just getting out of hand. Okay, and there. Now, when you're doing this, and especially if you have any suspicions that this is going to be something kids are going to pick up, think like a kid. They will pick at your embroidery, so make sure you have it in nice and neat, which is one of the reasons why I've been staying away from the safety eyes. I keep hearing horror stories about people having them come right off. And I mean, I've seen some super cute ones, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're not worth it. I've never tried them, so my opinion is very, very limited to. I've never tried them, so I don't know how they work out. They seem a little tricky to put on, and I'm not sure I want to try that. But at the same time, I think once in a while that, hey, maybe for certain things they might be pretty nice. So I go back and forth. Just going to make sure that piece is filled in there. There we go. There we go. Now we have an eye. And the side is missing an eye. Lost it. Lost it while he was at sea. I'm just kidding. Splinter is not a seafaring rat. Now all I can think about is Fievel, An American Tail. And that gorgeous song of There Being No Cats in America. That song lives inside my head. I haven't seen that movie in years. It's too sad for me. There you go. Aww. I thought that was going. Oh. Just gonna go like this. And I think one more across. Should be good. So yeah, these could take a little while to definitely get them done. So we're going to snip that off right there. Disappears like magic. I love that. Oh, I got a red end over here distracting me. Okay, now I am going to want to knot the end. I'm also going to have to add a bit more. So I think the other piece has quite a bit of black, and I've got two different blacks out here, thicker one and a lighter one. Two different weights. Because when I went to grab something for another project that I'm starting, yeah, I'm crazy. I am knocking this out of the park. Last year I didn't get as nearly half of this done. the half of the amount that I'm getting done this year. I don't know. I've really jumped up in my skills, I guess. Oh, that went right through. Kind of wanted it to go through, but I didn't want it to snap all the way through. So let's just, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to bring you out because there, that's what I wanted. I wanted you to stay inside the nose, but I don't want you to be lost because we will be coming back and through around the original starting point. This is where we started. This is my magic circle. You know what? This is actually going to work out really well because if I did not make my circle properly, this will definitely reinforce it, right? So I won't complain about that. Did a whole lot of house cleaning, so don't worry, I'm not just sitting around and becoming a lump on a log just crocheting. You know, that would be a lot of fun. Working on getting the house straightened up so it can be destroyed on Christmas Day. That's my plan. Yeah, I gotta get on top of getting everything prepared and ready. School's out tomorrow. Okay, yes, this is what I want. I do not like what they did with their nose, but I think this is going to be what I want. I like the shape already. It's more of a muzzle towards me now, where before it just kind of, I wasn't liking this end piece. I thought it was too round. It needs to be more of an oval. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. There's a lady on Marketplace around here that, oh my gosh, I want to go to her house. Facebook Marketplace. She has 2 bags of yarn, big garbage bag size, 13 to 16 pounds of yarn. Huge bags, huge balls in there. The bags see through, so you can kind of see. One of them is like whites to tans and browns, which is great. There was a red one, but it looks like it's sold. Somebody else is selling a big bag of red for $25. So these 2 bags are $25 each. Giant bags of yarn. I so want them. And then she has 2 more bags that are closer to 20 pounds each, and they are $30 a bag. And there's some greens and blues and all sorts of rainbows and pinks, and I could definitely use those throughout the year. And I'd have to wind them to get them to fit into my storage, but that's okay. I like the winding. I can make room for them. I mean, it is my season, right? My birthday and Christmas. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm sending in messages. This would be lovely. Lovely, lovely. That would cover both. Oh yeah, that nose. That is the nose. Oh, the nose of my dreams. Okay, Splinter, you're coming to life. I think we're going to do some of the whiskers here, and then we're going to do some on his little chin piece here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So I'm going to add a little more black to him. And I think that's going to be big enough for that. Where did I put my scissors? Ah, here you are. Squeeze, squeeze. And just a couple more in here and maybe around here and do a little bit more of a circle. And that is starting to come together very nicely. Sorry, I had that in my mouth again. Not the safest thing to have in my mouth while talking. Okay. Alright. And eye number 2, right? Yep, eye number 2 goes right here. Well, you're going to be a handsome devil, aren't you? Already looks a little different than the picture on the pattern. And we are just going to pop those in so that I have a secure spot. Now, does this look straight? It does. That looks pretty darn good. I just have to make sure that I keep that nice and spread out, because the other one is definitely spread, where this one seems a little more tight. So we will spread out my stitching. First things first, we do a nice one here and just lose it right off there, right off the bat. That's what we're going to do. Okay, and I don't think I've actually sat through a single Christmas movie this whole season. Nothing's really jumped out to me. Now, I absolutely love Greek mythology. Like, I am a big fan of it. And just not recently, yesterday I believe, finally released the first 2 episodes of Percy Jackson, one of my favorite book series. I know. You're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, those are kids' movies and kids' books. I really enjoy them. Not everything has to be gritty and adult. I mean, there's so many interesting, disturbing myths from that time period that I don't feel it's very childish. I did read things like The Hunger Games and Twilight. Oh, please. I was working with teenagers and they told me it was the best books in the world, and I read them and I was not very happy. And I also did not enjoy, I tried reading those 50 Shades of Grey because everyone was saying they were so good. I really didn't enjoy the writing. I found it very distracting, and the style of it was really not something I wanted to read, and the storyline wasn't anything I was interested in either, so that just kind of didn't help out things. Maybe if I'd been interested in the story, but I really am not. That wasn't my cup of tea. Literally. I should probably make a cup of tea soon. I think I'm going to film another video. I have a couple ideas of things I want to do for this weekend. And probably Monday, being that that's Christmas, I'll have a nice one of everything finished and ready to go. That's my plan. Do a little showcase of everybody and how much work it was. Worth it though. It's definitely worth it. I'm coming up with some unique items for my unique family, just to show, because they all know how much effort I put into it. My eldest daughter's getting orders now. She's like, oh, my friends are offering me money now for amigurumis. I'm like, oh dear. No, I didn't agree to that. I was making wolf cats mostly because she wanted gifts to give her friends, and that was something I could afford to do. That just didn't feel like, a cheap whatever. Okay, and beauty. We are looking amazing here. Hands are getting a little sore from crochet because I have been crocheting quite a bit with my 3.5, which is very small. Grace was mentioning that. And yes, amigurumis can be quite hard. That's why I usually have something a little bit in a bit of a bigger yarn, bigger hook, something looser I can deal with. So if I still want to crochet, I don't have to go so tight. And it's not even that it's tight, it's just, I don't know, there's something about making the amigurumis where you really are doing a whole different type of crochet. Like making my sweaters are totally different than doing an amigurumi. So when people are saying like, oh, you know crochet. Well, yeah, but no, there seems, and I have tried a little bit of tungsten crochet, and that's different as well. Totally different feel to it. Alright, that's making my eye nice and wide. I'm laying them down right, especially with them being crochet pieces on top of crochet pieces. I don't get quite the same, like the exact same size every time, and that's going to happen, and I am trying my very best to not like, oh no, I need to do this. I'm just going to add a stitch up here. That'll even it out for me, because that is what I did up there to get that shape. And I mean, there are a lot of animals and people that their eyes aren't exactly the same. So, you know, just slightly off. Okay, and we're going to go here. Come on, through the stitches. I don't want you going into the stitches. Through that little space. Always try to go in between in here rather than here between and tear apart the yarn. That's probably part of my struggle with the embroidery. It's because I'm a little picky that way. I don't think it really matters to most people, but it does matter to me. I don't like it. Yeah, that nose is really doing it for me. Okay. And we are going to this. Go with that. And that is a great sound. I love that sound. It reminds me of like cross stitching. I do regret that I didn't get this Spider-Man done again for this season, but I ran into I had to make tough choices, and that one had to be shelved for now. It'll get done for him. I also have to finish the wall hanging I gave him for last year's Christmas, so you know. Just sometimes I just walk away from certain things, and I know I'm not the only one, so I don't feel too bad about it. He thinks it's funny. Because he knows I'm still there, I'm still working on it. Someday it'll be done. Okay, we're gonna come up through here. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to go yeah, that's what I'm gonna do there for that. Okay. That'll work out really well. Just thinking about how to do my details. I'm going to do... Oh, I don't want it to coming out there. This one's bad enough. I can cover that. an outline, but what I really want is for here. Oops. Goodness me. Look at that time just flying away. Anyway, just gonna get this nose, and then we're gonna say goodnight or good day. And after I'm done Christmas stuff, I will be going back to some of my wearables. I got a couple things that I'm planning to make. I'm gathering up some yarn for a cute sweater for myself. I have an idea of something I really would like. And I'm looking for a very turquoisey, like electric turquoise blue. I think I know where to find one. Thought Michaels was going to have it, and it turned out it was just kind of a seafoamy kind of thing, but I need the blue. I have the purple, the yellow, the green, all those super bright neons. And the pink. Gonna have the neon pink. Okay, we're gonna pop you there. Then I'm going to, no, I want you to go through here. See, this is not going to be coming out very easily if I needed to redo this. So let's make this right. I want you to come out here. No, a little more. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to push this down in here. Okay. Cover that. Oh, what a handsome fellow. Okay, he's coming together really nice. Better than I thought he was going to. I was really worried about the face not getting the right details. So I think for the eyebrows, maybe what I'll do is I'll just crochet a little fringe. And we're going to go down here for this part. That's right. Magical. Very, very magical. I'm going to go back up in here. Like I said, we're going to go back up in here. I'm going to come around. Then I'm going to dig this right through to where we started from. There we go. So we've come complete circle. Speaking of circles, that should be it for the nose. I don't want to put another one in, so say hello to our Master Splinter, earless, whiskerless, no eyebrows, but he's coming together. Thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. Getting super pumped. Everything's getting done. See you soon.